Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Frater Atrius Horace with Lance and Grail Priory TTO. And we're back with part 2 of the Michael Bertiaux series. If you haven't seen the first part, go back and watch episode number 17, where we opened up and looked at the first 2 years of the 4-year Monastery of the Seven Rays course, the Voudon Gnostic workbook, Sigeny, and 3 of the Alex Cagliostro books that are somewhat autobiographical and somewhat records of seances recorded by Bertiaux. And today, if I can get a cat off the box here, we're going to go through Mr. Bertiaux's some of his more recent books. Let's see here, make sure. Let's see. Okay. There should be 5 in here. Yeah, there's 2 in here. Okay. Now I just have to figure out what's and what so we can start from the beginning. Let me grab a quick sneak peek at everything before we do officially start to unveil everything. That is a hefty tome. So the first 2 are going to be in here. We got all these really wonderful Mr. J.D. Holmes of Seattle, Washington. I get the right one out of here first. There's 2 in here. Okay. And we are set. First up is Cosmic Meditation by Michael Bertiaux. This is a soft cover. It's got some kind of gold speckle. Here, read from the flap here. The new edition of Cosmic Meditation is the first in a series of works from Fulgur by the renowned occult author, artist, and philosopher Michael Bertiaux. Intended as an introduction to a way of thinking, Cosmic Meditation considers the universe from the standpoint of the Spiritist philosophy. Through a simple yet multi-layered narrative, the author guides the reader on an inner journey that explores being and mind and the nature of the Absolute. First appearing nearly 30 years ago, the original work has been corrected and augmented with a new introduction and many illustrations drawn especially for this limited edition. was from Fulgur and Holmes. Released at 16 pounds, which that's pretty. There's ooh, nice. Got a tipped in piece of art there. We can read that. It was published in 2008, so 2007, my bad. It came in a standard and a deluxe edition. If you're interested in the table of contents here. All this dual color. There we go. This is number 281 of 777. Published on the 23rd of May 2007. Edition is limited to 788 numbered copies, comprising 11 copies in quarter Morocco, 77 copies in full cloth bound slipcase and signed by the author, and 700 copies in limp boards. It was a very tight binding. Would have been nice to have one of the cloth bound signed slipcase editions. But being from 2007 and only an edition of 77 of those, I don't imagine it's going to be easy to come by. I hate to crack this open too far. It's really tight. Overall, very nice. Very nice. Next we have Voudon Gnostic by David Bath. As I said in my previous video, I'm relying on the internet to help me pronounce some of these words. So, wow, that is beautiful. You can see the kind of coppery sheen. The very black, the black snake. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at that. This is a beautiful book. This is also by Fulgur and J.D. Holmes. The standard and deluxe. This was a 25 pound standard, 135 pounds deluxe. This has to be pretty old too. You don't get a deluxe edition these days for 135 pounds. Believe me. There exists a tradition of Gnosis and sorcery which is unique in contemporary esotericism, unfolding from within as an exotic lineage of initiatic Haitian Voudou, empowered and enriched by a variety of occult and Gnostic systems. The ever-evolving world of esoteric Voudou, or Voudon Gnosis, has intrigued and unsettled magical practitioners, scholars, and artists for decades. This book is the first comprehensive treatise on the fascinating spiritist realms which constitute the highly practical system of Voudon Gnosticism. From sexual magic to fetish sorcery, from the qliphothic realms on the tree of death to esoteric love and time traveling, David Bath leads us towards making contact with the darkest levels and most ancient forms of consciousness and power. I get the chills reading that. This was published in 2010. This is just a beautiful book. to check out the table of contents there. This one. Limited to 800 copies in blood orange cloth, 80 copies in quarter Morocco, and 8 copies in full Morocco. Special editions are signed by the author and are divided and dedicated into the red and black twins. I've actually seen copies of both the red ones and the black ones for sale on the internet. What is the stated limitation again? 800 copies. It doesn't appear that the standard edition is numbered. Again, we have these awesome, kind of want to call them woodcuts because it's kind of with the style they're in. That's pretty cool. Oh, really, I like that. That speaks to me on some level. Wow. It is just those are just brilliant. The stark black on the white page. The end papers are fantastic, and once again, this blood orange cloth is fantastic. The camera doesn't really do it justice. It's a little bit darker in real life. Wow. This book is amazing. It's just having it here and holding it in my hands and flipping through it. I mean, it's literally giving me the chills. This is an amazing book. I believe this one was also printed by Scarlet Imprint. And then this is kind of an updated edition Fulgur put out a year or two later. So you may see it, a Scarlet Imprint version out there if you look for it. Wow, this book. There's something to that right there, let me tell you. Next on the list we have this beauty. This is Voodoo Cartography, another book by Fulgur. Wow, look at those end papers. Another very beautifully bound book. Voodoo Cartography explores the mysteries of Les Voodoo through chants, oracles, seances, and a symbolic system of images, all connected by a descriptive narrative which leads us like a dusty highway through the shimmering landscape. Drawn from his rich experiences in Haiti, Bertiaux's often evocative Voudou art brut creates a map for those regions of invisible power, giving the reader a strange ingress into the mysteries and hiddenness of an exotic theology with its spiritist twist and turns in esoteric spaces. Man, these books. This was a standard edition, 35 pounds, deluxe edition, 140. Wow, these books were hella affordable. Wow, this paper is thick and glossy. The Autobiography of Michael Bertiaux. This was printed in 2010. Fulgur. Quick flip through here. I love the format. It's all on a really heavy, glossy paper, full of, I guess we could call them sigils for lack of a better word. I'll have to give it to Bertiaux and Fulgur, man. So far, every one of these books has been a work of art in and of themselves before you even open it up to see what's inside. Gorgeous. Awesome. The book was published by Fulgur on the 8th day of August 2010. This edition is limited to 804 numbered copies, comprising 8 copies in full Morocco, 88 copies in half Morocco, all slip-cased and signed by the artist, and 708 copies in cloth boards. This is copy 267 of 708. Since there's some more Bertiaux books here. We just had a Sensorium Phantasmagoria. I hunted down and got copies of all the books in his bibliography that are on his Wikipedia page. So that's how we came by the books in this and the previous episode, were all the books listed on his bibliography on his Wikipedia page. This book is massive. This is Ontological Graffiti. Unfortunately, God, it's beautiful. This one is still wrapped in plastic. You know how I loathe to open a book that's wrapped in plastic. It is a thumb for scale. This is massive. It is a massive, heavy hardback. And I'm sure it is printed on the same thick, glossy paper that the previous book was printed on. I'm very tempted to crack this one open. I'm checking and see what is Ontological Graffiti. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. This is a mammoth. Thousand copies, 141 color images, 480 pages, 2.6 kilograms. It is every bit of that. Every bit of that. Oh, wow. It looks like it's in red cloth with blue or silver stamping. Oh, I'm really wanting to rip this open. Ontological Graffiti is Michael Bertiaux's magnum opus, more than 40 years in development and a decade in production. This work now stands at over 470 pages. It is without a doubt his most substantial and important book yet. Ontological Graffiti provides for us a vibrant, voodoo-tronic, spiritualist art grimoire. It represents the strange narrative of certain magical work conducted at the infamous Hyde Park Lodge in Chicago during the period of 1965 to 1975. The lodge was a ritual collective of occult initiates who would meet monthly under the directorship of Dr. Hector Francois Jean Maine. Ontological Graffiti contains the seances, lecture notes, and descriptive texts for this intense period. This material accompanies a series of large acrylic magical paintings produced by Bertiaux, who was assigned to capture through his art the messages and images of various transcendental consciousnesses which manifested during the course of their workings. The lodge later discovered that the rituals conducted using these paintings deepened the connection with the spirits, Loa, and other minds. In addition, this book also offers the reader countless drawings, collages, and passports for contacting and traveling within the spirit realms. Okay. I'm going to break my usual rule on not opening sealed books, but I mean, if you guys are half as interested in seeing what this looks like as I do, it will 100% totally be worth it. I mean, if nothing else, just look at the... Wow. It doesn't show up well, but that's a silvery blue. Look at this. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. From 2016. You can get a good view of the table of contents there. This book is massive. If anybody ever breaks in and tries to rob me, I can just whack them over the head with this sucker. And we'll be good to go. I mean, this dude is prolific. I thought Crowley wrote a lot. Not only did he write, he's got the art, paintings, drawings, sigils. Book is published by Fulgur Limited, December 3rd, 2016. Of this edition, there are 88 copies bound in quarter Morocco, housed in a cylinder box. Each has an original drawing by Michael Bertiaux, signed by the artist. Oh, that would have been awesome. It doesn't state that the This was a limited edition of 1,000, but on Fulgur's website, it does say this was 1,000 copies. Let's see, there's the Bibliothèque de Versailles, Volume 3. I'll have to look that up. Wow, this board, they're almost like silk. And again, the camera doesn't quite do it justice. That's a silvery blue, and that is just such a vibrant, beautiful red. And then the green and silver. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. We'll have to look this up. This is volume 3. Oh, what a tome! That's 2.6 kilograms. What's that like? Almost 6 pounds. There's some of these others. See here. The Bibliothèque de Versailles. It doesn't say what number it is. This is Bibliothèque de Versailles number 1. Just say in the front, it doesn't say in the back. Yes. Bibliothèque de Versailles number 2. And this is Bibliothèque de Versailles number 3. Oh man, I am extremely happy with all 4 of these. These are all Fulgur editions. They are all just amazing books. And to top it off, we have one more. It's not directly Michael Bertiaux related, but let me get these out of the way. I have Servants of the Star and the Snake. Essays in honor of Kenneth and Steffi Grant. And simple black here. This is by Starfire. The reason I got a copy of this is there is a essay in here. Wow. Kenneth and Steffi on their wedding day, 14th February 1946. Published in an edition of 1,000. 100 were comprised. Limited deluxe edition signed by Heinrich Bogdan and Michael Staley. Each copy bound in quarter leather and paper, slipcased and hand numbered. There's an essay in here. I believe it's by... yeah, here it is. Oh, look what we have in here. Essay by Martin P. Starr, Michael Staley, Heinrich Bogdan. Man in Headboard White. Nema, Ramsey Dukes, Jan Fries, Michael Bertiaux. Wow, nice, very nice. There's some little plates here in the center. Yeah, if I got this because on Bertiaux's bibliography, this is listed as having an essay in here by him. Servants of the Star and Snake celebrates the work of Kenneth and Steffi Grant by exploring a wide range of aspects connected to Grant's Typhonian trilogies. Whilst the contributors have adopted different approaches to their subjects, ranging from scholarly discussions to fictional narratives, they have joined in their appreciation for the work and legacy of one of the most influential couples in the history of modern occultism, Kenneth and Steffi Grant. Wow. I'm glad I got this. This is brilliant. And a little foreshadowing here. And a few episodes down the road, I have a very, very beautiful book by Steffi Grant are going to be unveiled and unboxed, so if you're interested, keep your eye out for that. Nice. This is a nice little book. I'm very glad I picked this up. Definitely be a nice addition to the Kenneth Grant collection. Very nice addition to the Kenneth Grant collection. Well, ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, and siblings, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I have. I got to open some amazingly beautiful works of art, and one super cool book about Kenneth and Steffi Grant. But definitely each one of these is just beautiful, fantastically bound, just beautiful. I mean, they do the old man justice, I'll say that. I mean, just the books themselves are works of art. But I mean, just to give you an idea here, let's throw in all of the works from the first episode. I don't know if I could let's remove this one as it is not technically by Bertiaux. I don't know if I can pin off this book's frame. Give you an idea. Give you some idea. The Voudon Gnostic Workbook, Cogles Astro, The Secret Lives 1 and 2. There's another volume of this one coming out. First Cogles Astro, Monastery of the Seven Rays 1 and 2. There's 2 more of these coming out. Voodoo Cartography, Voudon Gnosis, Cosmic Meditations, and Ontological Graffiti. I mean, that's a shelf buster right there. And these are just the works by Bertiaux that are listed in his bibliography on his Wikipedia page. Just to give you some idea. Very excited to have these. Very glad to have you with me, and I hope you enjoyed looking at these and watching me unbox them as much as I enjoyed unboxing them and looking at them. I'll have another episode out next week. We put up episodes on Fridays at noon, and I've got enough material coming to run through at least the middle of February at this point, so that's another couple of months worth of stuff. Hope to have you back. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Love is the law. Love under will.